Nigeria's National Economic Council, the country's highest economic advisory body, is presently meeting at the council chambers of the presidential villa. Chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima, this meeting marks over a month since its inaugural session in June. It's also coming on the heels of the recent surge in inflation and petrol prices. Additionally, President Bola Tinubu has directed a review of the palliative measures aimed at easing the impact of subsidy removal, which includes an intended cash transfer of 8,000 naira to impoverished households. This directive has set the stage for crucial discussions during the meeting. Now, during its maiden gathering in June, the Council received recommendations to mitigate the effects of petrol subsidy removal on workers. One proposal included a living wage adjustment estimated at a substantial sum of 702.9 billion naira in allowances. The NEC's composition consists of the 36 state governors, the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, and other co-opted government officials.
Well, the All Progressives Congress is currently searching for a new party chairman following the resignation of Abdullahi Adamu under controversial circumstances. Adamu resigned on July 17, 2023, after he was criticized for his handling of the party's primaries and allegedly unable to account for funds raised from the sales of the presidential nomination forms. The APC constitution states that the deputy national chairman will assume the role of acting national chairman in the event of the resignation of the national chairman. This means that Abubakar Kyari, the deputy national chairman North, is currently the acting national chairman of the APC, but the party will need to hold a national convention to elect a new national chairman. The convention is expected to be held within the coming weeks. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to further provide perspectives on the APC search for a new national chairman and a national secretary. Mr. Sobowale will be helping us understand the kind of people the party needs in a post-election era. Thank you for being on the show today, Mr. Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Pleasure being here as usual.
Now, to be as brief as possible. Now, we're seeing calls for, we're hearing that Ganduje may be the new national chair, and of course, even Oyetola being penciled for national secretary, even though we heard that he might not be keen because of his gubernatorial bid. I want to know your thoughts on these developments. What do you think about it?
Well, what you just said is speculation. I'm supposed to discuss what sort of people will be there. So what I'll do is do a comparative historical analysis.
Yes.
Nigerian-wise, and then maybe overseas. There are case studies for us to learn from the pitfalls that the chairmen in the three main parties have faced. Let us start with Labour. One thing you must learn, what a party chairman must learn on the eve of election to survive post-election, is that you must carry your executive along. And you see, you must have confidence in each other. And maybe literally have an oath of secrecy that whatever we have done to win this election, nobody will divulge it thereafter. But that was what happened with the Labour Party. They did some things to organize membership of the convention together, and then later the deputy chairman, when it came to other issues, wanted to have his way, and he divulged the secret of the party in the courts, and they removed the chairman and the secretary. That's the Labour Party. Well, the PDP, you are familiar with the PDP situation. A new chairman coming in must never underrate the governors of the party, even though you are chairman. Must not underrate the governor, because that was precisely what happened with the PDP. The party's presidential candidate underrated the political strength of the governors, and the party paid for it. And then, if you look at Labour PDP, you will see that Obi was open maybe will be running mate or a presidential candidate. And when that fell off, within 3 weeks, he went to Labour Party. And the result is there. Now, of course, you know what happened with the APC. With the APC, what any new chairman in any party now must learn from that is that you must treat your presidential candidates. You get me? No matter what their chances are to win or not, you must treat them with respect. Because once they have power, it's they can arrange a lot of things to make you comfortable or make you pay back, which was what happened to him. So that is on the home scene. What a new chairman must do. Okay, let me go further back into history. During the 1962 AG crisis, you get me, when Awolowo was leader of opposition and Akintola was premier of the West, there was trust between them. That was why Awolowo should have stayed as premier, but he went to the center in the hope of becoming prime minister. But he didn't get that position. But then, the secretary of the party, Ayo Roshiji, and Akintola, his deputy, now felt that, no, they cannot forever be teaming up with the SCNC and having the South against the North. That they think they can team up with the MPC, which was what happened. Roshiji became a minister, Akintola became, and Awolowo went to prison. You get me now? So you must treat your deputies with respect, and you must not allow personality clashes to descend into hostility that will cause serious hardship. That's on the local scene. Now, any prospective new party chairman must know that once one election stops, you must start preparing for another. So that the electorate will not say that you only come after them at election time. A good example is Donald Trump. Even the day they swore him in, he started campaigning for the next supplement. So it's still on now. You get me? With all the albatross on his neck, his terms of indictment and all that. See, the more they indict him, the more he sees it as political persecution. And his followers believe him. Then another example from history too, Nelson Mandela. Mandela was in prison for 28 years, became president in 1999. His party was a liberation party. When Mandela came out of prison, they told him he would be president. No. He said he wanted to be secretary because he wanted to build the party so that the party can withstand the rigors and the demands of nation building. But they persuaded him to be president. And even in spite of that, he spent only one term. He said he would spend only one term. And the rest is history. So essentially, party leaders, must have organizational abilities. The secretary must be literate enough, you get me, to organize minutes, writing minutes. You see, the last APC chairman and the secretary, they were accused of non-accountability. They said they spent funds, people bought forms, 100 million naira. They have to account for it. They said they should.
Mr. Sobowale,
yes?
I'm so sorry to interrupt because I have to get a word in. I'm told we have 1 minute.
Nobody is stopping me.
That's why I have
We're enjoying the analysis.
Exactly. I love the trip down, history.
Yeah.
But who are the individuals that you might say embody these important traits that you've just, listed for us?
Let the party find out.
So you don't have any names?
No, I mentioned Ganduji. I will not be involved in that. It's their party. I cannot be running their party for them. I can do analysis on broad terms. Yes. If they are listening, fair enough. If they don't listen, I'm not a politician. I'm just an analyst. So
you
I've
can also be a
mentioned the
recommender.
virtues.
You can also be a recommender.
No, I don't. That would be speculation.
Okay,
Yes.
well, we respect your discretion. Thank you so much, Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to have you here on Newsday. Thank you.